morning, and welcome everybody to this open meeting of the National Labor Relations Board. We are delighted to have you with us here today. My name is Wilma Liebman, and I am the chairman of the National Labor Relations Board. To my right are board members Craig Becker and board member Brian Hayes, and to my left is board member Mark Pierce. On June 22, 2011, the NLRB published a notice of proposed rulemaking, which proposes to amend the board's rules and regulations governing the filing and processing of petitions relating to the representation of employees for the purpose of collective bargaining with their employer. The notice of proposed rulemaking sets out a procedure for filing written comments on the proposal. Those written comments are due by August 22nd, 2011. Today and tomorrow at this open meeting, the board is providing another opportunity for interested persons to provide their views on this important matter. At this meeting, we are going to hear from a remarkable group of speakers, diverse in experience and viewpoint, and including a balance of practitioners, workers, academics, and public policy advocates. We are truly grateful for this showing of interest and for the efforts of all of the speakers to study the proposal, to reflect on it, and to share their thoughts and suggestions with us. We know that the proposals have generated some controversy, and we welcome this chance to have an airing of views on this important subject. We take the meeting very seriously. We want to hear your thoughts about the proposals, how they would work, and what might work better. I assure you, we all have open minds. All persons who will be making a presentation here today made an advance written request to speak at this meeting, and all of the time slots for the oral presentations have been filled. Accordingly, everyone here who did not request an opportunity to speak today may observe the proceedings, and we are pleased to have you with us, but you will not have the opportunity to speak. You may, of course, submit written comments using the procedure described in the June 22 Notice of Proposed Rulemaking. Now, let me cover some housekeeping matters which I've been asked to cover. As you can see, the room is nearly full. There has been considerable public interest in this proceeding, and we have had more requests to attend than there are seats in this hearing room. Seats in this room have been made available on a first-come, first-served basis, and we've also established 3 overflow rooms where interested members of the public can watch the proceedings through a video conference. In addition, we are streaming these proceedings live over the internet. Those of you who are watching from the overflow rooms will be seated in this room as space becomes available according to the priority established by the time of your arrival this morning. When you checked in, you should have been given a badge and a number. Please keep those with you at all times. If you leave the room, you must take your badge and number with you. You will not be allowed to re-enter this room without both the badge and the number. Speakers do not need a number to attend the session during which they will speak, but if they wish to attend any other session, we ask you to have both a badge and a number. If you are a speaker this morning, for some reason you didn't receive a number when you checked in, let one of our ushers know and we'll get a number for you. When you leave the building for the day, this is important, make sure to return your badge and your number so you can retrieve your ID. Please note also there are 2 exits from the room, the main door is to my left, through which you entered, and the door to my right. You may use either door to exit the room, but you may only enter through the main doors to my left. Restrooms are located outside the hearing room to the left and to the right. We have staff in the hallway who can escort you or direct you where you need to go. We ask you not to go into other parts of the building. If you want to leave the building, we'll escort you down to the elevator. Today's meeting will be divided into 2 sessions, a morning and afternoon session. In addition to a lunch break that will begin at about noon, we'll take a mid-morning and a mid-afternoon break. If you must leave the meeting during the proceedings, please move quietly to the nearest exit and an usher will assist you. Speakers are, of course, welcome to stay with us through the session, but if you wish to leave, you are welcome to do that. Now let me just review some final guidelines for the speakers. We are going to follow the order of speakers that is set out on the list that was given to you this morning. Each person making an oral presentation will be given 5 minutes to present his or her remarks. The board members will then have an opportunity to ask questions, after which the speaker will be excused. Each speaker should be ready to proceed in turn and should move promptly to the podium when called. We ask that you introduce yourself and indicate who you are representing, if anyone. If you have someone else with you, you may also introduce that person. Your 5 minutes will start after you make the introductions. Deputy Executive Secretary Gary Shinners, who is sitting below me on the right, will be our timekeeper today. There are lights on the podium that will start after your introductions, and the green light will turn on. The yellow light will indicate that you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light indicates that your time has expired. We ask that you please observe the lights, particularly the red one, so that we can remain on schedule as the day proceeds. If you have a written statement that you wish to put in the record, please give it to our Executive Secretary, Les Heltzer, who was in the anteroom to my left before you leave for the day. My colleagues may wish, upon review of any written testimony you submit, to pose questions to you about the testimony. I have asked them to have all questions to me within 7 days. You will have until the end of the comment period, August 22, to submit answers to any questions that may be posed. Finally, please note that this meeting is limited to issues related to the proposed amendments to the board's rules governing our representation case procedures and other proposals for improving representation case procedures. No other issues will be considered at this meeting. I want to particularly alert our speakers that they should not discuss matters that are now pending before the board, as there are important rules governing ex parte contact that we don't want you to violate. So at this point, I would ask you to all please make sure your cell phones are turned off or any other devices. And unless any one of my colleagues has something to say at this point,